Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Again, welcome back to another episode of the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. I'm David Braid. I'm here with my main man, Patrick Valdez, the highlight reel. Peace, say what up.
What's going on, family?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for locking in, man. And for all those who are first timers, thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe to our Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast YouTube channel. Again, subscribe to our Talk Your Shit Sports YouTube channel. You can find us on IG at Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Again, on IG at Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Talk Your Ish Sports Podcast. Come holler at us, hit us in the DM, let us know what you want to talk about. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can, wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And I don't have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to tell you too much, but you already know how we get down. We lock in, and this week we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. But we really want to hear from you. But we're really about to dig in because it got real this week, P.
I definitely got real this week, man. I sat up and I was watching First Take, man, and I heard Draymond Green his take on what's going on with Drummond over in Detroit and the double standards of these organizations. So if you haven't heard, Andre Drummond from the Cleveland Cavaliers, he's been playing. He's hurt. He's not hurt. He's healthy. But the organization said, "Hey, we're going to trade you. So we're going to sit you down until we find a suitor for you." What the fuck is what? The man's healthy, D. There's nothing wrong with him. He could play. But the organization says, "I'm gonna sit you down until I find a suitor to, so we can trade you." Mm-hmm. So what was wrong with James Harden, a couple of months ago saying, "Hey, I want out of Houston. Can you guys get me out?" Second and third, and they was just trying to hang on to dear life and just hope that he stayed. But when a man is healthy, like I said, back to Drummond, the guy's healthy, but the organization saying, "Hey, we're not playing." Mm-hmm. Like I just don't like that double standard, and that's why I tell these. That's why I'm always advocating for the players, because they have a say in it too, bro. You can't just be one-sided.
I mean, it's business, baby. When you sign the contract.
Sign the contract.
It's just, I mean, unfortunately, you sign on the dotted line. When you agree to take that money, you agree to everything that the front office does. Unfortunately, I mean, you're not a partner. You're an employee. So from a front office standpoint, and I'll play devil's advocate here. From a front office standpoint, if I have an asset that other teams want, and I know I'm about to trade as the trade deadline approaches, I'm not going to take the risk and allowing you to get hurt possibly. And then now we don't have, leverage in the deal. Now we can't get the assets that we want in return for you. And if, you are the all-star, the rebound monster, the defensive stout that we think you are, and that we know you are, we want value for you. So I'm not going to play you until I trade you while you're healthy.
I don't agree with that, man, because it's like, so you're saying the players have no say.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it has any say. In that standpoint, in terms of if again, people have to realize this is a business. So like these franchises are businesses, they're companies. And if I'm looking to get assets in return for you, I can't risk you getting hurt in a meaningless game, because obviously the Cavaliers are not making the playoffs. So like, he's playing empty minutes, getting empty stats, and he can, at any time, ACL, Achilles, anything can happen on that court, bro. So if I'm going to trade you, I'm going to sit you.
Listen, the Cavaliers knew from jump street, from the tip-off, from the opening night, they wasn't making the playoffs. So now why not trade him then? Why not trade him during the offseason? You guys are not suited to make a playoff run. Right. You know what I'm saying? So why not trade him then when he's, not on the court? His job is to play basketball. And you're stopping him from doing his job.
Not really, because I paid him a handsome amount of money.
No, Come on, bro.
So you're telling me you can't sit 4 or 5 games until I
Who's to
find you another
say
job?
that? Who's to say that's gonna take 4 or 5 days?
Until the trade deadline.
Come on,
Trade
bro.
deadline.
The trade deadline's in March 26th.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, you got
So you're gonna sit them down.
Hey.
You're gonna sit them down until then.
Hey, if I'm getting calls on an everyday basis, like a deal is about to go down. A deal is about to go down.
But we don't know that though.
We don't. But that's the intention. So again, this is your asset that you're trying to trade piece. So like you can't risk him getting hurt. I get what Draymond's saying. I get that, there's been, a culture of, the league and talking heads in the media calling players cancers and like how this is a terrible culture that the players just want, like whenever they want a different situation that they're vilified in the public eye. And it's totally unfair. And I hear what Draymond is saying. Unfortunately, Draymond is having one of the worst seasons of his career. So
that has nothing to do with him saying what he said though.
He's getting paid max money, bro, and he's having a horrible season, averaging 5 points, bro.
It's okay, but
no, it's not okay. Don't come out here. I don't want to hear from you, Draymond. This shouldn't be your focus. Defending Andre Drummond shouldn't be your focus. Your focus should be trying to help Steph Curry, who's playing at an MVP level, make the playoffs. Help Wiseman grow. Help Oubre, get off, become an all-star. Help Wiggins. Help Wiggins. He's not doing all that. He's not. He's complaining. What? He's playing horrible basketball. He said he has one of the worst shooting percentages of his career right now. That's like, where's your focus? No, it's not okay, bro. You're there to play a game. You're not a talking head, bro. If you want to talk on these issues, fine. You want to talk on these issues, fine. But where should your focus be? That's unfair to your teammates.
His team's not winning.
Say what?
His team's winning.
They're in the 8th spot, bro, right now in the West.
And they've been dealing with injuries.
Where? Clay hasn't played this season, so you haven't been dealing with injuries.
Clay's been hurt.
No, he didn't.
Wiseman
he hasn't played
right,
this season.
Okay. Clay hasn't played the season. Right. We're not the school. We're taking out Clay.
Right.
Wiseman been in and out.
In and out of what?
In and out the lineup because of injuries.
What happened? What happened?
What do you mean? Look it up. He's been hurt. I think he was dealing with a back, a knee, some
this must have been recent because he's been durable. He's been in every game. He's been outworking. He hasn't
played the last 2 games. I believe he's been hurt.
Sprained wrist.
Right.
Missed the last 5 games. That's it. Just 5. But
Oubre's now coming into his own.
Okay.
I mean, but he's been playing his part. Like his role is not to score.
Who?
Draymond. Like his role was never to score.
How much
his role?
He was a part of the big 3. How much money is he making, P?
It's okay.
It's not okay, bro. You are not going to defend someone who's making max money for playing trash. You are not going to do that on live air in front of our fans. I won't allow you to do that. We don't condone that type of behavior, bro. That's terrible. I get it. Yes, he has good intentions, and I understand where he's coming from. But bro, you signed the contract.
Right.
This is what you give up. I'm sorry. Like I understand it. Yes, it's wrong.
So you're saying the only person that can talk is the organization when they put out these trash, little clickbaits for the media to latch on. Oh, this guy's a cancer, or this guy's this, or this guy. I mean, because it's not fair to the player. Just only having an organization come out and just putting talking to the media and putting these narratives out there. That's why you have players like back in the days, Reggie Jackson didn't really fuck with the media because the media was always, putting out these stories about him. And we know Reggie, Mr. October was just killing. Like when he was in Oakland and then he came to the Yankees, right. But he didn't mess with the media because the media and these organizations was just putting things out there.
So, like, I don't disagree with Draymond. I'm glad he spoke up. I think this has been known for a while. Unfortunately, this has been going on for like forever. Like if a team is going to trade you at the midseason trade deadline to a contender or whoever wants to trade for you, that's pretty much like standard, you know, or whether you're on a good team or you're a bad team. Like, hey, we're like we have a deal that's imminent. We have a lot of interest in you, and it's going to happen probably within 72, 48 hours, whatever. Just have a seat and relax.
So why not just release him?
Whoa, whoa, this is slander. How you,
Like I don't.
did you just say that? Did you just say that on live on air? How could you just release him? Bro, this is a business. $1 billion business. Business, baby. That's why I don't release him. He has value. You don't give away something that has value. My man said
You just traded for Jared Allen, so you should be fine.
I read somewhere that said, yeah, cool, you might have something like to replace him, but you know somebody else wants him. I'm not just going to if I know you like if I know you like Pete, like if I know you want some rare Jordans, I'm just going to give them to you.
Why not? I've known you for years. I've known you for years.
I'm just going to give them to you.
The buddy system, bro.
Wow, absolutely not, nigga.
The buddy. So you gonna charge me?
Buddy my pockets, bro. Buddy, respect
charge me, bro.
But buddy my pockets, bro.
You gonna charge us for some rare?
I'll charge you for less. What are you talking about? This is business. Dog. This is the nature of business, dog. This is nothing to take personally. I think it's great that Draymond dropped this narrative. I think he was more so using this to talk about James. James did get vilified. He did get a bad rap by the organization, by the media, but just by the
Kyrie.
So did Kyrie, but theirs was more on behavior. Like we can all agree, yes, their situation may not have been like the greatest and they went out, but their behavior, the way they handled it, was terrible. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like it's just yes, they wanted out, but the behavior behind that was terrible. And I get why they did it in order to force their way out, which is fine. But Draymond speaking on Homeboy when he's having one of the worst seasons of his career, making max money for a championship franchise, it's terrible. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about him pissing the bed this year.
Dude, Draymond?
Yeah, come on, man. Like that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. You're making max money. You're not even you're not even the all-star conversation, bro.
He's never been like.
That's
his job is to go, play defense, make it,
He's not even doing that. He's not even rebounding. He's not even making open threes like he's supposed to. And there's space on the floor.
He's never been a consistent 3-point shooter.
What has to be consistent in besides running his mouth and flopping and kicking King James in the nuts and trying to draw fake fouls? Come on, man. I ain't got time for Draymond, bro. Like I really don't, man. I get he's a champion. All respect. He's a champion. He's a winner.
I think you got a personal with him, bro.
He's an NBA. He's an NBA tough guy.
I think you got a personal with him, bro.
Nah, man. I got a personal with guys making max money playing like Dookie, playing like trash, bro. Like come on, man. Like step it up, bro. Step it up.
Speaking of max players, and you already mentioned them. Let's jump into James Harden, man. Move into the point guard position. I think is going to help the Brooklyn soon-to-be NBA champions Nets out.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because he's a good decision maker. I mean, there was, I think, a couple of years ago when he made that transition, when D'Antoni moved into point guard when he was with the Rockets, he was, I believe he ended up leading the league, or he was in the top 5 in assists. And he's doing that, he's doing that this year too. He's leading the league this year in assists. And I think that's going to help out the chemistry in the Brooklyn Nets offense, man.
Man, I think this was a very smart decision on their half. However this conversation came about, I think it was very smart and just gives them the ability to be multiple on the floor. It gives them the ability to exploit different matchups. Because and like, you know, just coming across the East, you know, what point guards are you know, are going to, you know, guard him? Like, you have to dedicate, you know, a 2 or a 3 to guard him.
Right.
And if you do put a point guard on him, then you're gonna have to double him. And then once he gets the ball, you know, out of his hands, you know, you got you have two legit knockdown shooters at the 3, and
It's not
Katie
even fair.
and Katie and Harris, and people, you know, and not to, you know, discredit Kyrie on this, but like the last 2 or 3 years, he's upped his 3-point shooting, not much, but like he's become more consistent ever since 2016 when he won the championship. So the only thing is the minutes. You know, what's the fall off when they come off the floor? And what's the continuity going to be in the offense? Because once, you know, Kyrie gets the ball and, you know, Harden's off the floor, now how does Katie get the, you know, how does Katie get his shots? You know, how does Joe Harris stay hot, like stay warm and like involved in the game? So, yeah.
So you don't. Do you think? I mean, I think that having Harden at the point, him just you know, passing the ball around, I think he can keep those players. I think he can find the hot hand. You know what I mean? Because he's a. I mean, a lot of people will probably look at it and say he's not a pass first point guard, but I believe he is, and he's always making the right basketball play.
Right.
You know, and that's definitely gonna help the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, man. Like even you know, when he was in Houston, you know, once you know, D'Antoni gave him the ball and told everyone to get out the way. I mean, he created a lot of open shots just because he's a shot maker, and
Right.
he's just a wizard with the rock. He's a wizard with the rock. He can get by you. He's like, people understand, like he's a really good athlete, bro. Like he's what, 6'7".
No, I think he's shorter. I think he's
220.
6. No, I think he's 6'6", so probably like 6'5".
So
But
like, yeah, man, like he's a good athlete. He's quick. Like he's quick enough to get by you. He'll draw the foul. He's physical. He's strong with it. So like the dude is you know, he arguably going to go down as one of the greatest scorers of this game.
no, definitely, most definitely, man. But yeah, I'm happy that they made that move. I'm just happy. I just can't wait to see, because they're making some pickup. They just picked up Sharp. I don't think he's got some minutes. Roberson, that used to play with OKC, just got signed over there. So they're just, you know,
I'm not expecting much from that guy. Are you? Are you?
I mean, I'm not expecting much, but he's a defensive presence.
Where? Against who?
He's a defensive presence, bro. He's a body that you can throw out there to defend.
He's yeah, I like that. I like that better. He's a body.
Listen, he can play. He's not gonna stop anybody. I'm not saying that he's gonna be a defensive stopper, but you know, get a couple of minutes for KD to get some KD or Kyrie to, you know, drink some Gatorade and, you know, and bring him back. Bring him back in the game.
So right now they're sitting at number 3. They're sitting at 3. They're 17-12. But that's not good enough, P. It's not good enough.
Yeah, that's all right. Sorry, they're just coasting right now.
Okay.
They're just coasting. It's the East. It's the East. We're good. As long as they stay in that 1 to 4 window, they're good. They're good.
I mean, it depends what the C's do. If the C's pull off something here, it's going to be a problem.
If they, I mean, that's the only thing. If the C's pull off a trade, then it's going to be a dangerous team. Because I feel like that's a team that Andre Drummond should, you know, be traded to. I don't know if they have the assets to pick him up, but we'll see. I don't know if Cleveland's trying to get him for the low.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does go to Cleveland, it's going to be a problem, because I think the C's are a big man away from making a championship run.
Right. So, you know, Beal might be on the move. Andre Drummond, Zach LaVine. So like, Cats is going to be on the move. You know, we'll see what the Hornets do with Hayward. But it's gonna be really interesting, man. And I think a lot of the surprise picks, people who are not really, teams that people are not really thinking about are gonna pull some moves. You got Atlanta. Atlanta's probably gonna pull a move. I think they need some help.
Right.
Memphis. I think they need some help. Dallas. I think if I'm a businessman, if I'm thinking like Mark Cuban, you're gonna have to move Porzingis.
Yeah.
It's not working out. It's not
Yeah.
working out. You're gonna have to move Porzingis, man. Like that's not a shot.
I mean, because he's
Atrocity.
always hurt. Right. He's always hurt. And it's like every time, because once he's hurt, like I feel like the team is clicking. Like they're starting to win games. Everybody knows their roles. And when he's back, everybody's now trying to figure themselves out and how they fit in that Luka and Porzingis offense. Because now, when Porzingis is back in the lineup, those are shots being taken away from other people that were, knocking down the shots and, getting into rhythm. But now, I mean, I don't know. I think he's that. If I was Mark, I'll definitely trade him.
Right. But yeah, man. So you got who else is on the trading block? You have Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball may be on the move.
We're talking about Lonzo. Yeah,
Lonzo's on the move. Blake Griffin, I think he might be. He might look good in green. He might look good in green. I mean, he might look good in green. Both greens. He might Milwaukee or the C's may pull that. We'll see. Or he may maybe pull to Atlanta. Or even Portland. Portland needs to get Dame some help.
I think that pick him going to Portland would make more sense because now, I mean, because they have Covington playing the 4, so that'll move him to the 3. You can squeeze in Griffin at the 4, and now you got a solid starting lineup. But for the C's, I don't know. Like he doesn't defend.
Who?
I mean, he does. Blake Griffin.
I mean, he's a jumper. So I mean, he's a shot blocker more than he is a lockdown defender.
He's not a shot blocker. He's never been that.
Dude, chase down blocks, bro.
He hasn't chased
like
down
that.
any.
Wow.
He hasn't chased down anything in a long time, bro.
Wow.
He's been sitting in the bench hurt for a long time.
Bro, do you understand that every athlete that you ever talk about on this show, you say that they're hurt? Nobody plays with whatever you mentioned them. Like the dude's been playing, bro. I'm looking at the numbers. He hasn't been hurt.
How many games has he played?
Bro, he's averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists right now. Last year he had an all-star season, and I don't think he made the.
He was hurt last season. What are you talking about?
For like part of the season, bro. Like, why do you just?
He's always hurt. That counts. That counts. I need you to play.
He's not always hurt, bro. Injuries.
He's always hurt.
He's not always hurt, bro. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
How many games has he played the last couple? Like,
okay.
All right, last season, how many? All right, let's skip last season because it was a COVID season. The season before that, how many games did he miss?
You tell me. You tell me he's hurt.
Bro, you're the numbers guy. You're the one that's tough.
You can't bro. You can't just throw out these things and not have anything to back it up, bro. That's
because I've watched the games, bro. I've been listening to ESPN and FS1. They feeding me my info, bro. Woj won't lie to me, bro. Come on.
Yo, you're wild, man. But Blake is that guy, man. He might be on
Blake.
What's homeboy from OKC? Shea what?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, man.
He's a problem.
Super.
I don't think they'll let him go because he's a guy that you can build a team around.
Like as like the focal point right now. You think he's there?
Yeah, he's good. I think so. You start building around that kid and put more young pieces around him. Like he's a good player. Like I really didn't see him coming out of college, out of Kentucky, being this good. I mean, I thought he was just going to be like an average player, but he has all-star potential. Definitely has all-star
He should be
potential.
He should be an all-star this year.
Right. No, I definitely agree. But the guy that I think that's going to stay in their team, I think Chicago might not get rid of Zach LaVine, depending on what they're going to get in return. But Zach LaVine for them, I mean, him and my young boy that went to North Carolina, the point guard, his name's not coming up to my mind right now, but they've been making some noise. I don't know if Chicago is going to build off those two, but I think it'll be a little too. I mean, because I would love to see Zach on a winning team. I said that I would love to see him pair him up with Luka. Get rid of Porzingis. Get rid of Porzingis. Put Porzingis in a trade for Zach LaVine, and send him down to Dallas because you got the bigs that can shoot the ball down there already. Mm-hmm. That does the thing that Luka does. So I mean, that not Luka, Porzingis. So there's no point of having Porzingis. I mean, he's just a body that's just been there, just hurt.
Yeah, man. It's wild, man. I feel as though, oh man, I think Harrison Barnes needs to be traded out of Sacramento. I think
you'll put him in a contender or just trade him.
Yeah. He has to be traded and come off the bench for a contender as depth. I think because your man in San Antonio, your man, DeMar DeRozan, I'm not sure where he's at right now. I haven't even heard his name all season. And he's another guy getting max money. It's just like, how are these guys? I know that when you go to bad situations, bad teams, things happen. But Dame's been in a bad situation his whole career. And he's never played with a rookie of the year. He's never played with a defensive man of the year. He's never played with a sixth man of the year. He's never played with Carmelo might be his first all-star, but he's never played with an all-star that made the team from Portland besides him. That's wild, bro. It's wild. So like these other guys, I'm on their necks, bro. I'm on their necks, man. If you're making max money, and you got a mouth on you, like I need to see where the production is.
Right.
It's like no matter what situation you're in, like I need to see it regardless. Like plenty of players can shine on bad teams, bro. And it's just
right. But that's the difference between a player D that gets comfortable in his situation. I mean, getting a bag or whatever, or in a player that's just in love with the game and is ready to be great. You know what I mean? Dame's ready to be great. Like like you said, he's been in a bad situation. I mean, he played with LaMarcus Aldridge. I think he was an all-star his rookie year, Dame's rookie year. But he's no defensive stopper or anything like that. I mean, he was putting up, numbers here and there. But Dame wants to be great, and he's going to war against, these greats in the West. You've seen him go to war against Russell Westbrook. You've seen him go to war with Steph Curry, and he believes in his mind that he's better than these guys. And that's how you're supposed to, that's how you're supposed to think. You know what I mean? But some of these guys, you get the bag and they just coast. They're just like, all right, cool. I got, I'm on set. I can kick my feet up. I mean, yeah. I don't really care about a ring or anything like that. I'm just gonna just chill.
I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna get off DeMar's neck because DeMar is averaging 19 points. So I'll give it to him. Like he hasn't shut it down. But a lot of these other guys, like I'm saying, he needs to be traded. He needs to force his way out. I'm not sure why he hasn't gone to pop like, yo, get me out of here. I mean, I thank you for the opportunity, but it's time for me to bounce. Zach needs to do the same thing. Like, yo, thank you for the opportunity for giving me my max. When Minnesota didn't want me, appreciate you, heard you. It's all love. I'm out of here. It's time for me to, grow and spread my wings. I'm even thinking. Miami needs to do something because they're sitting 10th. They're sitting 10th. Bam just got his max. Tyler Hero is. I mean, he couldn't hit. That man couldn't hit the Atlantic Ocean standing next to it. It's bad down there. Spo needs to get that together. Like, how you go from NBA Finals to 10th with that same
with the
roster.
same with the same team, same exact team.
Huh?
But I think you spoke on this in earlier episode how the bubble itself had people locked in, had bench players locked in,
Like,
had a whole bunch of nobodies locked in.
bro,
But that's that.
right.
But right now,
Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for bringing that because that's important. They need to bring back the bubble. They need to bring something back. Mid-season something. They need that bubble. Yo, there was some great basketball played.
Listen, these last couple of days, I've been watching G League games because they have that bubble. They played in Orlando. Dude, like that I've never watched G League game before the season. Like these G League games would be intense, bro. Intense. I'm like, oh, these guys are
they got something to fight for. They got something to win.
Right.
Something to lose. Yeah.
Like these cats are locked in. But I think that's what's hurting like a lot of these teams, especially like these road, like these bench players and role players, like they're being affected the most. Because like you said, Tyler Hero, like he was a hero in the bubble.
Talking big shit. Like, I'm out here from Kentucky. I got it. All right. All right. This is something I've been trying to tell folks, man. Like basketball play, yes, if you're elite, like you're used to like the travel, like the tournaments, like you're just used to the grind of the life. But any basketball player would tell you if they had a weekend where they just played at one gym or they were just accustomed to playing at one or two gyms, like the focus is so much different, man. And like, I get it. The life of NBA is challenging. It's just like work. It's like any other job. Like you gotta, a commute. But when these guys get to lock in and just focus, like just like baseball or football, like if you're in just a singular place or just like what spaces you're gonna be, like you don't have to like think about anything else. You can just think about hooping, and that's what I want to see. I want to see these guys think about hooping. I don't want to see these dudes. These things think about women, money, commercials, sneaker deals, restaurants, wine. They got everything going on, man. It's just like
basketball.
But basketball, you know what I mean? Like cats is drinking on the planes, you know what I mean? Cats is living a good life, spending these millions, you know what I mean? With these I'm saying IG baddies.
IG baddies.
So it's just like it's crazy, yo. Like, but this is why and again I go back to I'm always gonna have this argument with people. This is why LeBron is probably the greatest. This is one of the reasons that singular focus. The singular focus. Yes, he and people, he's been how many champions? He's been like over what, 10?
He's been 10,
11 championships.
He played in 10, won what, 4?
Yeah, he's won 4. He's going for 5. You know what I mean? And people don't forget, like when you go to that many championships, you are going to lose. Nobody wins 10 championships. You're going to lose. You're playing against the best players in the world. You know what I mean? And don't forget, people always say, oh, Jordan won 6. Yeah, he won 6. That's amazing. What he did was unthinkable. It can't be duplicated. But don't forget, he lost 8. He didn't make the playoffs 7, 8 years before he got there. So stop.
Right.
I mean, I give him his flowers. I mean, he is the GOAT. I mean, but LBJ is coming.
Right.
Yeah, man. We lit, baby. We lit. Let's get it.
What
else you got for me?
The Utah Jazz, man, they off to a good start. I think it started after that Shaq comment. After the Shaq comment, them boys was just going, been going up.
Yeah.
But
they deep.
Yeah.
They deep. And they're bringing back the same roster from last year. They deep. I mean, you got Clarkson coming off the bench. You got Joker
cooking.
You got Joker cooking. You got D. Mitch is probably locked in now. Like, hey, he probably needed that to take his game to another level of focus, understanding like the details, because that's what it takes, man. Like they got something special, man. And I still don't think they're gonna come out the West, but I think they're a good regular season team.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, it's a cute story. It's a cute story. You know what I mean?
What's D. Mitch's ceiling for you? Like, where do you see him going? What can he do?
Nah, D Mitch, man, I think he's special, man, and I think his he could be great. Like a lot of people compare him to a D Wade. A lot of people comparing him to D Wade. I mean, I feel like if he stays healthy and he stays consistent, he could surpass D Wade. But
Whoa, bro.
yeah,
You be
he,
shooting the gun early as fuck, bro.
if he
Like
stays
what?
healthy, if he
That's
stays
crazy.
healthy,
Mad
eh,
disrespectful, P. Mad disrespectful.
how's that disrespectful?
He can,
Matt,
bro. Put some respect on D Wade's name, please. Put some respect on
I
D
mean,
Wade's name,
listen,
bro.
he has his rings. He has his 3 rings. He has his, granted, and listen, one of them he earned that ring.
Whoa,
Yeah.
so he didn't earn the other two?
Eh, I'm sorry.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
disrespectful. You're
Yeah.
disrespectful.
We
Wow,
have
you're
LeBron and Ray Allen.
when you have LeBron and Ray Allen. Oh my goodness,
And
that's
and,
wild.
and Bosh helped, but
For
D
sure.
Wade wasn't really contributing
Oh
that
man,
much.
hey guys, hey, Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast family. If you know basketball, please hit us up. Please set this man straight. He's Max. He's been drinking Max Kellerman coffee, today.
He was a role player on that team.
Who isn't that whole team? Like who isn't?
He
Yes,
was
of
a
course,
role player.
LeBron. When you have LeBron, he's the one. He's the dog. He's going to lead you. But he was a star player. He's an all star, bro.
He,
Yo, you're man disrespectful, bro.
he, he,
To
he was
basketball royalty, bro. That's come on,
he,
man.
he was back. Hey, listen, look, listen, Hall of Famer, boy. But
Thank you, thank you,
you just
thank you.
asked me, D Mitch's trajectory and what I see.
You
I
said
feel
sir,
like if
but the fact that you said he will surpass him is wild.
all right, I'll double back a little. I'll double back a little
D Wade won a
because
championship in his third
because
season.
he has to win rings, and I feel like he has to get out of Utah to win some rings.
Why? 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 When
He's
D
not gonna do it in Utah.
when D Wade got drafted to Miami Heat, they were nothing.
He's not gonna do it in Utah. If Karl Malone and John Stockton could have done it,
The
this is not.
mailman, the
If the mailman,
mailman.
if the mailman couldn't deliver the mail, D Mitch is not that guy. He's not gonna do it. I mean, I think he needs help, and I think
He got
he's not.
help. He got Joe Ingles. He got who else he got up there in Detroit? He got my other guy that just got the bag.
You talking about
Jody
my, my,
Gobert. Gobert.
Rudy, Rudy,
Rudy Gobert
Rudy.
from
Yeah,
France. Rudy Gobert.
you can't,
He
you
just
can't
got
trust a man named Rudy, man.
he just got the
A guy,
max. Corona.
a guy. The league stopper. The league. Listen,
League stopper.
listen. A guy named Rudy is not gonna get you an NBA championship, girl. He's not gonna do it.
Okay. I mean, they got Mike Conley over there. I mean, they got Mike. I mean, they got some young boys, me and Uni, Shaquille Harrison. They got some young boys, man. But
I don't know. But like I said, it's a cute story. I don't think that they're gonna make any noise in the West when it comes in the playoff time because, like I said, I feel like these teams like the Lakers, teams like even the Clippers, like they're coasting right now. They're like, I know what I can. We know what we have. Like KD said in that interview,
mm-hmm.
you know who I am. So we all know what the Lakers is. We all know what the Clippers is. So it's like
we don't know what
they're gonna.
are. We do we know there's some chokers. We know that.
I mean, yes, they choked last year, but
the only team not to play good basketball in the bubble. How is that possible?
Jesus, I can't. I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it.
Lemon Pepper Will.
Lemon Pepper Will. Wow.
Yeah, Magic City getting the hot wings on Monday.
Wow. He said he went there for the wings.
He drove all the way from Orlando. He drove 4 hours for some wings.
To get some wings.
He couldn't order the wings from Wingstop. That was right down the street from the bubble. He couldn't do that, right?
It's not. They don't season it the same.
the sixth man of the year. I mean, like that's wild.
But a team that I'm kind of impressed with is Denver. What's your thought on Denver?
Murray and Joker, man. I mean, they're the centerpieces. They came back with some camaraderie. They lost Jeremy Grant to Detroit in the offseason. But
That was big. That was big.
yeah, but Michael Porter, man, he's definitely stepped up, man. He's given them. He's a scorer. I mean, he's just not. I wouldn't say consistent. I just don't know if the opportunities in the offense are allowing him to really go off, because Murray has to go off. He has to do his thing.
Right.
And Joker has the ball in his hands. Throughout the game, probably 80% of the game. So I think for him, they have a star there. He's probably gonna have to get moved, but if they do figure it out, I think they got something special. I think there's something to mess with, because you need at least 3 dogs.
Right.
You need some 3 dogs, and you need a lot of me's and you's, and you need a lot of your me's to be better than the you's. So, it's lit up there, man. But because what I saw in the bubble with Murray, like I like the way he upped his game, man. Because he can really facilitate the rock. He can facilitate the offense. He can create his own shot. He can create shots for others. But like, he just has these cold moments, nigga. Where it's just like, dude,
yeah.
Like, why can't, like, what's going on here? Why are you disappearing, nigga?
Right, because he started the season real cold. He's just now starting to heat up. But Denver, like the Joker, I thought the Joker was just all talk. The Joker's for real. I think the Joker's for real. Like his game is legit. He's definitely a triple threat. He can shoot the ball for real, for real. The only thing about him, and that's my only knock, I don't think defensively he's a defensive stopper or anything like that. But what he does offensively, like, it's crazy. Like a big guy, like dishing out like 10 assists, like that's crazy. I think he's averaging probably like what, seven
9,
assists,
9.
not 9.
He's almost averaging a triple double. He's almost averaging a triple double, bro. It's beyond amazing. He's averaging 27 points, almost 12 rebounds, almost 9 assists. It's beyond. It's like his pump fake can go by you. I mean, he's giving Embiid work. He's giving the Celtics work. He's giving Giannis work. He's giving LA work. Like he's legit. He's legit. He's only in his 4th season. His 5th season. His 5th season. He
was second round. Yeah.
Second round. Crazy. What a steal.
I was watching some of the Celtics in Denver game. He gave Robert Williams a mean head fake and then finished off with the dunk. The Joker, the slim Joker finished off with the dunk, because remember, I think a year or two ago, he was a little, on the heavier side, but that boy came into the bubble like ready. Like lost some weight, and he was just, just cooking him back to dunking.
Yeah.
But going back to your LA Lakers, man, AD, man, they talking about Achilles. Anytime I hear about an Achilles, man, it just brings me back to KD. KD, obviously, Kobe, had an Achilles, and numerous players had Achilles injuries these last couple of years. That kind of scares me. And that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards the Brooklyn Nets winning the finals, because you're gonna need AD in order to get past them dogs over there in Brooklyn.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to wait till the playoffs for Brooklyn, but it's I said this before the season, man. I was like, I'm not sure if they can run it back without, adding another piece. Like, I think the Dwight Howard, letting Dwight Howard go was a mistake, and
that was a mistake, right?
And bringing in, Gasol. Not saying that Dwight Howard would replace Anthony Davis's impact, but just that big body that can get up and down the floor and run with LeBron. But this calf strain, it's a little bit more serious, and like he has some like tendonitis in his Achilles. But this is nothing new. Like this is the true narrative for AD. Like every season, he misses a whole bunch of games every season.
Right.
But when he isn't there, when he is healthy, he's just tremendously dominant, and I respect it. But I knew going in, I was just like, nah, there's just no way they can run it back, bro. He's just he's too fragile, bro. Like it just looks like why does every little thing that he does every fall looks like it's the end of his career. I'm just like, yo, that's not gonna last, bro. That's crazy. Like he took
I
like 2
mean,
falls in the bubble, and I'm like, oh, they was like, oh yeah, he might be done for the rest of the season, and he comes back. I'm just like, come on, man, he's mad fragile,
yeah,
dog.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man.
But I hope
I
he
mean,
gets back, man. I think he's out. What? Look, I think they said he's out like 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, maybe a month. I think they might rest him for
yeah.
like a month.
So would you rest him for the remainder of the regular season and see
You
if you
can't.
can start him back up in the playoff, or
Nah, you can't because you got to get into a groove. You know, the offense is going to change with him out. The offense is going to
right?
change. Somebody else is going to get those more minutes. LeBron will probably be playing more minutes. KCP got to step up. This is Kuz wanted his time. He wanted his moment. This is Kyle Kuzma's moment. Him and Caruso. Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, and KCP. This is their moment to really like, hey, we're here. We're especially Caruso and Kuzma, man. Like they got to be thinking like, hey, we want to become all-stars one time. At least maybe not this season, but like in the future, we got to become all-stars because at some point Kuzma's going to have to get traded because he has the most value. So this is where he earns his money. He signed a team-friendly 3-year deal this past summer, but this is where like in terms of him getting the trade in the next 2 years, especially with the cap going up, I think next year. I think the NBA revenue goes up next year or the year after. So this is perfect timing for him. So hopefully, Frank Vogel. I'm not going to let up, Frank Vogel and Jason Kidd, man. They got to find a way to really up their coaching and not just rely on, LeBron's greatness.
Yeah, I mean, when you have an all-time great like that, you're gonna try to lean on them. But I really don't want them to. I mean, this is when you put your big boy pants on and learn how to coach. You know what I mean? Learn how to coach.
Facts. Right. You got to replace 23 points.
Right.
23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists a game. That's what you got to replace. And that has to be a team effort. Caruso, KCP, and Kuzma really got to come to play. And what's my guy's name? The young boy that they really like over there.
From Iowa State. He's a problem. He's good. I like him. I like how he was playing during the preseason. He's been during the beginning of the season, he was starting to get a little bit more ticks. His minutes kind of went down these last couple of this second month of the season. But yeah, he definitely has to step it up though.
He has to step it up. My guy Dennis Schroeder, he got to come back and play. Montrez got to really start balling. Markieff has to, up his 3-point shooting. Yeah, man. Taylor Horton.
Yeah.
Taylor Horton Tucker. So they get like they're deep. Like Dennis is having a good year right now. He's helping LeBron's fill up the offense. He's averaging 14, 4, and 4. So he's doing his thing. He's probably gonna have to do a little bit more. But it's gonna be
he's capable. He's capable of doing that. I think he's capable of doing that.
Right. And he already plays a lot of minutes. So like he's averaging 29. No, he's averaging 30 minutes a game. So like he's an integral part of the team in the game. But LeBron, like they're gonna have this is around the time like LeBron starts to rest in the middle of the season. So like this is a bad timing for them. This is extremely bad timing for them. But they do have the roster to really just like hold them steady, unless their schedule is not friendly. So I got to look at their schedule, but it's gonna be bad.
Now with Blake being on the trading block, would you trade for Blake? Because I really think that Detroit's really trying to get rid of him. So I think they're trying to get younger. So they're trying to get rid of that contract. Like I said, they're trying to get younger, and I feel like Blake brings. Now I don't want to say similar because AD is just he can handle the ball, he can shoot the ball, and he defends. Blake's gonna only if he's a knockdown shooter. He's not. I don't want to call him a knockdown shooter. He's a spot up shooter. So he's gonna stand in someone's corner. You're gonna pass him the ball. He's gonna shoot the ball. So he doesn't. I don't think Blake can create like AD, but he's a body that can. He's gonna give you like at least 15.
He's an athletic body that can get up and down the floor, and that's
Right.
their offense. Like they're not a standstill offense. Like they
Right.
get up and down. They turn the defense into transition. You know, LeBron, Kuzma, Dennis, KCP, like they Taylor, Montrez, like they run, and I really like that about that offense because it takes less stress out of LeBron in terms of playing a half court game.
Right.
Like a lot of these guys, can't get their own shot off in a half court game. So it's like, all right, we got to run, and like they're really athletic too.
Right, and that's why I feel like Blake will be a perfect fit there because, like you said, he's running up and down. He's gonna do that, and then you don't need it for defense when you have Montrezl in the back, anchoring the defense. So I mean, I think that would be a good a fit for Blake. And like you said earlier, I can also see him in Portland over there with Dame and them boys.
If the money works, because the contracts, like if the contract's too big, it depends. Because like they paid a lot of people over there in LA, so I don't think they have enough cap space. But if they can finagle it and get someone at the mid-level exception, or even I think they're gonna be players in the buyout market. Because I think they're gonna have to cut Giannis's little brother and a couple of other cats that just sitting on the end of the bench. I mean, just collecting checks. But this is gonna be the front office. Rob Pelinka is gonna have to really put some work in.
Right.
In the coaching staff, I think it's up to them to step up and hold this thing afloat, and not just rely on LeBron, because I think that's just unfair to think LeBron can,
At
carry
36, is he 36 now?
Carry this team, even though he's in the groove. The man is in a groove, and I don't think people appreciate the greatness that we're witnessing, because he's come on, man, he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. There's nobody under the age of 27, 28 in their prime that's even close to this man. It's only KD and him. It's only them.
Yeah.
It's only them.
Top,
and then it's Steph.
Dogs.
It's only him, and then it's Steph and Kawhi and James. Like it's only them. It's just, and then like there's just there's another tier that's lower, like not even close to the first tier. So it's
right. Sticking to that, since you brought Steph up, and the reason why I bring this up because I was listening.
He's in my top 3 MVP list right now. He's in my top 3.
Oh yeah, I at the beginning of the season I said he will probably win MVP because I think he faked last year's injury, his wrist or whatever, because everybody was hurt. But I definitely said he would either him. I didn't know that KD was going to come off the way he did, so I didn't put KD in that mix. But I definitely put Steph on there. But Steph was talking about earlier, I think it was last week, when he compared himself to Pat Mahomes, and I sat back and I was thinking, like, Pat Mahomes do you still consider this era the Brady era? Or is, I mean, because he's still
playing. So yeah.
He's still playing. So I compare Steph to him, and I agree with that statement because he's playing in the LeBron era. You know what I mean? You're gonna get your rings because he has 3. He has 3.
That's what made him great. That's what makes him great.
Right.
Being great in the LeBron era will make you great. Just right. Like you got your rings and you got your MVP and you got your max and
two.
Got your 2 MVP. Like so, like he's certified. He's certified. You don't have to do much. He's certified.
I mean, because like you said, winning rings in this era, in the LeBron and Brady era, is hard. It's tough.
Yep.
It is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at, the guy behind me, the Jordan era, that era was just dominated by him. Like, there was nobody that said, yeah, I got a couple of rings in Jordan era. I mean, Hakeem, but Jordan wasn't playing those years. No, he played 1 year. But that, yeah.
Houston got two. And that was right in the middle of his prime, but he did leave. So that is the argument, because they say people argue like, he would have had 8, but we don't know. So
we don't, right.
Yeah, man. Like it's he's great. I think that's why Kawhi is considered is highly revered because even though he wasn't the man in San Antonio, he became the man, and that was the reason why they won the championship.
Right.
When they played LeBron, and him winning in Toronto against Golden State. That was like I'm saying, he solidified. Dallas, I mean, Dirk is gone, so I mean, there's nobody to talk about there. But yeah, this whole era is just Detroit's gone. So LeBron doesn't have too much to go up against. Because I don't understand what the disrespect that Giannis is throwing at LeBron. Like, bro, kiss the ring, baby. Kiss the ring, Giannis. You're potential. That's all you are. Is potential. I'm not even a fan no more. Like, he's just potential. Like, I don't see him elevating them into like a real contender. He's a good player that's probably one. Like, he's another generational, just athletic talent, and we've seen a lot of those guys come to the league, and I'm not impressed. Well, I'm impressed, but like I'm not like I'm LeBron. I'm not worried about Giannis or the Bucks.
Right. I mean, like you said, he hasn't developed enough for me to be like, yeah, I can pass the crown to him. Because it's like I don't see it.
No, I don't. It's not there. He's not going to win. He'll probably if he does win a ring, it's not going to be in his prime. He's not going to not in the next 4 to 5 years.
And it won't be in Milwaukee.
It won't be in Milwaukee. He will get traded, and he may be a piece for someone else, but he's not a champion. He's not going to be the main driving factor for a championship, man. And
that's why his yeah. I mean, that's why I thought that his best move was to go to Dallas and align himself with a young Luka.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll make it easier for him to score. But
yeah,
he got the bag and he stayed to lose.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the front office over in Milwaukee, man. Like, you got Middleton, you got him, but they don't have any guards.
True. They picked up Drew Holiday.
Man, that's like people were. I don't understand the hype over Drew. Like, even in New Orleans, like I think he's a solid 6'7" man. Like, but like this belief that he was just going to get them over the hump, that he was an all-star. Like, I don't get it.
No, I mean, I never thought that Drew would get him over the hump, but he's a good point guard. He's a good point guard, but not the point guard that's going to get them over the hump.
Right.
I mean, let's pivot to some NFL, man.
Let's get it.
NFL, man. Deshaun Watson. I mean, he wants out of Houston.
Him and JJ's out now. He got released this week.
But that's the thing right there. That guy, and I'm gonna say that later for my what the fuck moment. But yeah. I mean, what do you think is the best landing spot if he does get traded?
Pats.
Ooh, Pat, really?
Pats. I don't see him going to Oakland. I don't think that's a good fit with John Gruden. I think Pats. I think if a trade was to happen, I think it'll be great for him to go to Dallas. I think he'll elevate them into a playoff contender. To Dallas.
I think not a playoff contender. I think he'll get. That's the missing piece that'll get him over the hump.
The defense is trash, so I think they'll get to the playoffs. But I mean, it's a crowded NFC, so that's why I can't say that they'll make them a championship, caliber team. But they'll definitely make the playoffs. But that's if Dallas franchises Dak, and they can't agree to a long-term contract by July before the start of the training camp. Why not? Why not pull the trigger? Why not pull the trigger? I mean, he's on the contract. You're going to pay him pretty much almost the same amount that you're paying Dak. I would love to see him in a Cowboys uniform playing for Jerry. And I think, with their offensive line maybe coming back healthy next year, and a rejuvenated Ezekiel Elliott and the second-year star and CeeDee Lamb, and Gallup in another year with Amari, I think they got something. But I think it's
the defense.
The Pats or Dallas. That's who I think are their best landing spots.
Well, you know what's my best landing
I don't
spot?
feel like this Jets overhype is necessary.
Nah,
It's a bad franchise. No offensive weapons up there. None.
No, I completely agree. But my landing spot, and I know that you'll probably look at it and be like, give my guy a chance to
Atlanta?
grow. No, I think Miami.
Okay,
Package Tua, send Tua to. I mean, but that's the thing. I wouldn't want to see Tua in a bad franchise. You know what I mean, because Tua, he's a good quarterback. I mean, but
it's business. I get it. It's possible.
But when you got Deshaun Watson out there dangling, like, why not?
Right. And I think the reason why that, I definitely agree with you. I think that's a good landing spot because not only that, it's just Brian Flores. I want to give him his flowers. Brian, just the past 2 years coming from, the Bill Belichick tree, he's shown that he's a winner. He's a hard-nosed coach. The players love him. He knows what he's doing on defense. I mean, I think he's an up-and-coming coach in this league, and he's going to be, if he gets his quarterback, either whether it's Tua stays and he develops, or he gets the right offensive coordinator to help Tua develop, or if they're able to pull off this trade and get,
it's gonna be scary, bro.
It'll
be scary.
But then they got to work on getting some receivers because I think they still got Parker, but I think that's about it. I think they got the tight end Gesicki. He's decent.
He's good. But remember, they have I believe it's the third pick of the draft.
So
they can go out, out and get a receiver.
Get Devontae. They can get Devontae. But that's going to be tough because if they trade for Deshaun, then they'll probably have to give up that pick.
Yeah, you're right.
This is a high
price.
High price.
But I think that that'll be a perfect landing spot for Deshaun Watson, and I think Brian Flores with the job like you said he's done these last 2 years will be a great coach for Deshaun Watson. And man, I'm pretty sure if that happens, Miami's gonna be lit. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be crazy.
Hey, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up.
It's gonna be crazy. Live is gonna be ridiculous. People are gonna be, man. Listen.
Yeah, I'm there Labor Day weekend. I'm there.
Labor Day weekend.
I'm there. Game time, baby.
But,
Watson jersey.
But JJ Watts, man, he said he wanted out. He got his release. Everything was cool, and that's the problem that I have. Like, Deshaun Watson wants to be traded. Mm-hmm. You guys don't trade him. Mm-hmm. And I guess it speaks to your point, what you said earlier about having that trade value. And if you have, people, you have suitors, like why not hold on to that piece until, the best deal's on the table. But they're like, come on, man, don't handcuff this guy. He doesn't want you no more. He wants a divorce. Like, don't text me late night after I said I'm done with you, talking about, hey, big head. No, we're not, hey, big head, nothing. Like, I want out.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, bro, I read this book a few years ago, man, and you really should read, man. It's called $1 Million Slaves, man. It's one of my favorite books of all times.
I haven't cracked it yet. I haven't cracked it.
It'll open your mind. It'll really get to you. And it speaks all facts, man. So this is why Deshaun hasn't been traded yet. This is why the owner in their front office has continued to say like he's our quarterback. $40 million slave. Like that's the book is real. That's the real deal. And it's amazing, man. It talks to the culture, man. This like the business of sports and the business of sports and entertainment is once you sign a contract, you're an employee. You're giving up you're giving up some rights to how your career is going to be ran. That's just what it is, and it sucks. He had leverage before he signed the deal. He could have forced his way out before he signed the deal and made another team made another team trade for him then, and it would have been more feasible, and it would probably been a better way out. I'm not sure. I mean, his agents, his representation would probably know more about the details of the story, but he did get his bag. He did get his trade clause. He did get the four. He did sign a 4-year deal instead of a 5. So like I guess there's some pluses to that, but he could have forced his way out before he signed this deal. But in terms of right now, it's possible that they don't trade him. It is very possible. And
so you starting the season, you'll see him with the Houston Texans.
Man, it's if I'm a GM, I'm not trading him until close to the season. I'm not giving him an off season with another franchise. So this is going to drag out. This is business. This is competition, bro. I'm not giving someone else a leg up. And especially if I already have a young quarterback on the staff, or if I know knowing that injuries do happen every year, around preseason and training camp and early in the season, his leverage is his value is only going to go up the closer you get to the season or even into the season. But he's probably going to be there until they get the price. Like, they're not going to let him go for less than what they're asking for. I think they're asking for 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s, maybe. Because he's not going for less than what Goff went for.
Yeah.
So when you sign this deal, you give the team leverage, and that's just where they're at. They have the leverage. They don't have to. I mean, the people in Houston still love him. They still want him. They don't want the franchise to trade him. Yes, they want him to do the best thing for him, but they want to see Watson. So it's going to be interesting, P. It's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a lot of moving pieces this offseason in the NFL. Matthew Stafford to LA. What do you think about that?
Decent throw of the football. I think that offense in McVay, I think he's gonna be afforded some more opportunities, especially with those playmakers out there, to have a little bit more success. But we're gonna see. He's struggled against the likes of Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, for years. So what's to say that he's going to go out there and not struggle against Seattle, Arizona, LA, in San Francisco? So, and those teams, if they make 1 or 2 of the right moves, those teams are in the playoff picture or even in the championship picture. But if the defense for the Rams, plays, and obviously if
Aaron
Donald comes back healthy and they pick up where they left off, not obviously not against the Packers, but towards the end of the regular season they were playing good defense, then they're going to be a problem, because Cam Akers, the second-year running back out of Florida State, he came on last year. They do have a good running game. Cooper Kupp and my guy, what's my guy's name? Cooper Kupp and my guy Robert Woods. That's my guy.
Robert Woods from
USC, man. He just signed another bag before last season, so he got his two max deals. So they got weapons.
I like the receiving core. I like the receiving core that they have over there in LA.
Yeah, they got weapons, man, and I think it'll be decent for him, because they're a heavy play action team. So I don't think he has to read a lot of coverage and make a lot of decisions at the line of scrimmage. But the jury's still out, for me.
Right. I mean, I think he's gonna kind of help this team, because I feel like he can stretch the field. I mean, he has a better arm than Golf, I believe.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So, and I think that's why, because I feel like, especially like these last couple of seasons, I feel like Golf was more, slants and all that stuff, not stretching down the field. It was kind of easy to kind of defend for Golf.
Yep.
So now that you have, Matt Stafford, I think he's going to, throw the ball down the field. And I feel like he was on some bad teams in Detroit.
Yep.
I mean, I think he had one good season where
they were behind. They were behind a lot of games. So he had a few 5,000, 4,000 yard seasons. Those were just empty yards that he was just trying to make comebacks. I mean, that's just all that was. So I want to see him play some real football, all 60 minutes. with the pressure on this line and like with games really, like winnable games. I want to see him win games. We haven't seen
Right.
it, so I can't really hype him that much.
Right. No, but like you said, the jury's still out. The jury's still out, and I think it's gonna be. We would have to wait and see. But staying in that division, Russell Wilson this week was expressing his frustration, with the team, with the organization. Do you see him? Do you see his future still in Seattle? Do you
Yeah,
see him?
yeah. It's still there.
You don't.
It's
You
still
don't.
there. It's still there. As long as Pete's there, he just signed his new max deal. This is his second max contract that he signed with them. He's 1 year in. I think he has like 3-4 more years. Maybe third year into this contract, they start to look at other options if they don't win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years, to get him out of there. But yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's a baller. He's a winner.
Right. He cooks.
He cooks with less. It's that defense, man. Like that defense, because they have a running game. They just need that defense to really just do something because he has DK, he has Tyler Lockett. He has weapons. And I think they'll probably address that in the offseason. They'll probably get him another receiver. Because it's going to be interesting because on my man AR-15, Allen Robinson out of Chicago. I mean, he's a free agent. Kenny Galladay's a free agent, so it's going to be a lot of guys going to be moving around, man. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Nelson Aguilar, I want him to get out of Oakland. He's a free agent. I want him to get out of Oakland.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I think he may be a good fit in Seattle. So we'll see what they do. But for next, I guarantee it right now. For the next 3 seasons, he'll be there. After that, I think I think it's up if they don't win.
That defense. I mean, it made a big move trading for Jamal Adams. I mean, great strong safety, but he was hurt.
Yeah,
like he was definitely hurt. But we'll see. I mean, if he's healthy this season, hopefully that they can turn it around.
Right. He's been the most I think hit, not the most sacked, but the most hit NFL quarterback since he's been in the league, man. Like,
bro, he's always been
right. He's always been hit,
rushing.
And he's been running around, like really making things happen. But I think the fact that Brady, and I like this, and this is the greatness of Brady, man. Like him playing at 43, him leaving the Pats, even with Aaron Rodgers, like it's forcing these other quarterbacks to really challenge their front offices. Like, yo, I'm not getting any younger. Either get me a dope young offensive line and get me some weapons. Give me some weapons. You can be halfway decent on defense or whatever, but address my needs first.
Right.
Address my needs and like we'll go from there. But if you don't address my needs, it is urgent that I want if I don't see something going on in the off season, hey, y'all want out. I want out. Right. I need out. I need to find what's best for me.
So now, and I'm pretty sure I think that was the conversation that Russ had with Pete and the GM.
Snyder, yeah.
And I mean, and I feel like that's the conversation they had. I mean, I just don't like the wording that, these like ESPN and Fox ran off with his frustration. Like, I mean, he wants to win because right. I feel like he sees the Pat Mahomes, he sees the Lamar Jackson, the Deshaun Watson, like they're coming up. They're coming up, and he's been there. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He wants to get back there. Like he wants to win rings. He just seen Pat Mahomes go,
back to back Super Bowls.
And in his mind, I'm like, yo, I'm on that
level. I'm on that
level. I father his skills. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I father his skills. So why can't I be up here every other year in the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. And I get it. Russ is getting older. He wants his ring and he wants his respect. And I completely understand that.
He wants his second because the second one, the first one is Legion of Booms.
Right. Is it Pete's fault or Russ for wanting to cook? Like I don't know.
Man, I'm a player, man. I'm always wanting to cook, man. So it's up to the coaching staff. I don't call the plays. That was just a boneheaded move. Disrespectful.
That's crazy.
You had Marshawn Lynch's moms got on live TV or on the newspaper and was like, "Yo, who the fuck is the offensive coordinator?" She went off, nigga. Oh, that was
Well,
amazing.
yeah.
Got his
Shout out
mom's
to
out of. Yeah, shout out to
shout
Miss
out
Miss
shout out
Lynch,
to Miss Lynch out
Ma
there.
Lynch, Ma Lynch, out in
Ma
Oaktown.
Lynch.
Shout out
Oh
to
my
Beast Mode.
gosh.
Beast Mode was
But
a
yeah.
culture. Beast Mode was a
Yeah,
culture.
oh my
Beast Mode was a
gosh,
culture. He
bro.
still is. I know this is off a
He's a
tangent, but Beast Mode is a culture. I respect. I love Beast Mode, man. I'm like, that
I'm
was one
rock
of the
I'm
best trades ever. One of the best trades ever, bro. From Buffalo to
yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah.
He lit the league on fire. He lit Seattle on
Bro,
fire. He had the whole West Coast buzzing. They was like Beast Mode, Skittles. Like, let's get it. He's making Subway
listen.
commercials right now. He's in it. He's in his bag.
Listen, it was crazy because like I remember that that season when he first went to Seattle, they made the I think it was a wild card.
Yeah,
Did
the
they
run. They
the
called that the
run,
run against New Orleans.
bro?
Earthquake. The
Oh
earthquake.
my
They said the
gosh,
stadium
bro,
was so loud it felt like an earthquake.
bro, what? Like that run was ridiculous, bro. I'm like, that was
Just
the
a
birth
man.
of
He was
Skittles.
a man bullying other men.
Like you don't see running. Well, yeah, you have
Historic, all time historic, bro. Just
it was crazy.
the
It
whole
was crazy.
vibe, bro. He had everyone going hyphy.
Yeah, right, right. With dreads, get it, get low with a low rider, bro.
Crumping, bro. He's out there with the
What?
crumping. Oh, yeah.
But
He's culture move, man. Salute.
but your boy Urban Myers, man. Urban
Mm-hmm.
Myers been fucking up, bro. I told you that, bro.
What do you do?
My man was trying to hire the guy Doyle, and the man resigned on him because
Yep.
he knew it himself. He was like, "Damn, bro, you calling me for a job?"
Hey,
bro,
gotta hire my mans. Gotta hire my mans.
And then exactly at the
Gotta hire my
interview,
mans.
he was like,
I can
"Yo,
forgive him. Why can't y'all? Gonna hire my mans. Nah, he was wrong for that. Nah, that was dumb. I don't understand why he made that hire.
wow,
Out of all people, like a strength and conditioning coach, bro. Like you could have found anybody.
wow,
You could have
bro.
found anybody who's produced, some really great athletes, bro. Like, come on, man.
Right,
Come on, Iowa. I
right,
get it. Like they, like they recruit 1, 2, 3 stars. Like they don't get the 5 stars, but they would. So I think what it was. So I don't know if you remember in 2016 or 2017 when he was still at Ohio State, they were ranked number 1 or ranked in the top 5, and they went to Iowa to play, and they got waxed.
mm-hmm.
by like at least 20. They got waxed. They wasn't supposed to lose. They got waxed. I think that messed up their college playoff chances that game. I think that's what it was. It was like, yo, how did this team beat us? They must have just been stronger and tougher. And I think that's why he hired him. Like, okay, he can get, knowing that I don't have that much talent down here in Jacksonville, if he can make them stronger and tougher, then we can probably win some games. But outside of that thinking, that logic, I don't understand why he hired that man.
Yeah, it was just dumb, bro. It was just a dumb hire, and that's the thing, man. It's like it pisses me off because it's like the NFL is real big on the buddy system.
Relationships, that's anything, P. That's
Yeah,
not just NFL. It's
but
anything.
but the thing is, it's like you have, and there's obviously Eric Bieniemy is not a strength and conditioning coach, but you have coaches like that and
Mhm.
Williams, even Brian Leftwich that just won a Super Bowl. Like these guys are not getting these NFL gigs because of the buddy system.
Hey,
I mean, why do you have the Rooney place in the Rooney rule in place and these black coaches are not being hired?
right.
But you're gonna bring a strength and conditioning coach that was making young black men, feel less than,
Right.
and you're okay with that. And then you're talking about if I could figure him, you can't. Like what?
I
Come
think
on, bro.
that's where he was at. I think that's exactly what happened, bro. I saw that. I'm just like, come on, Herb. Come on, Herb. Like Like, your resume is impeccable, but come on, Herb, this decision making has got to
That's why.
gotta mature.
That's why I feel like him being hired as a coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars was terrible.
I don't. I mean, I disagree. I understand where you're coming from. I disagree. Like, he's going to turn it around. Like, I'm not even surprised. Like, they are going to win. They are going to win that division in the next 2 years. Just mark it. Next 2 or 3 years, they're going to win that division, man. He's the dude. He may be a really immature dude, but the dude knows football. He knows football. He knows athletes, and he's a coach. I mean, guys play for good coaches. He's good, decent. He's above average. He's the winningest. He's the winningest college coach, bro. Winningest.
That's in college, bro.
I get it, but all these guys went to the NFL. I get it, and it's not that big of a leap anymore. It's not that, but the gap has closed because you're running a college. You're running with exactly what they're running in college. They're running in the pros.
But the only thing that you're not doing is recruiting. You have one pick.
Offseason, the free agency. You gotta make those meetings. You gotta make those meetings count. And if you can recruit in college, and you hold some money up in front of some dudes and like, yo, this is what it is. This is where you're gonna come in. No state income tax in Florida as well. So that's definitely it's definitely going to be a destination, man. It's definitely going to be a destination. Especially if Trevor has a good year, it's going to be a destination. Just like the Chargers now. Like, the Chargers are going to be a destination next offseason because of how well Herbert's playing, right? Because dudes who want to become stars in this league want him to be in a quarterback-friendly offense because they know they're gonna get the rock. So it's really up to Trevor this season to really help. So there's a lot of pressure on Urban. If he chooses Trevor, because he already has a run game. Because Homeboy had a great year. I forgot the running back's name, but he had a great year, and shout out to him. If they can do it and turn this defense around, they're gonna be all right.
Robinson.
Yep, Robinson. Yep. He had a good year. Yep. I think he was undrafted too. He ran for like 1,100 yards or something like that.
Yeah, I believe he's undrafted.
Yep.
I definitely believe he's undrafted.
It's there, bro. It's there. It's there, man. Like, in
the jury's still out for him. I still really don't have
still out. Yeah.
High hopes for that guy, but we shall see.
You heard it here, man. I'm not gonna be surprised, bro. I'm not gonna be surprised.
Yeah, man. We covered a lot today, D, man. We definitely covered a lot, man. But it's Black History Month. You got the guy back there, man. Let's explain to to our viewer who you got back there.
Yeah, man. For those of you who are not familiar or who don't know, this man right here, this king right here, Leroy Robert Satchel Paige. You probably heard of him. His name is Satchel Paige, one of the greatest pitchers to ever pick up a ball, whether in the Negro Leagues, whether in the MLB. Just one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Played baseball for over 50 years. Was the oldest rookie to start in the MLB at the age of 42. He broke into the league at the age of 42. So his prime was when he was definitely with the Negro Leagues, and he played in Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico. But he starred in the Negro Leagues, and he broke into the league with the Cleveland Indians at the age of 42, and he helped them, win the World Series. And during that season, he went 6-1 with an ERA of 2.48 in only half a season. So his greatness is documented. Even to go as far as in his exhibitions, the great Joe Dimaggio, one of the New York Yankees, one of baseball's all-time greats, called him the best and fastest pitcher that he's ever faced. That's saying a lot. From one of the game's greats to say during this time, with all the racism and segregation and the conditions that they had to play in, and the fact that he continuously played in multiple leagues all across the world, across the country, and was the best in every league, but just never got that call up, was a travesty. But when he did get the call up at the age of 42, he still gave the league smoke. Still gave the league
Right.
smoke. Won the World Series, pitched in the World Series, went 6-1 in half a season. So we salute Satchel Paige, all his contributions, his impact on the game, on pitching, just his whole life, man. Because that's just an amazing story, an amazing journey that we're always going to salute here, man. And and the last thing, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1971, man. But he never gave up. He never gave up until he got into the league, man. And we salute him for all his greatness.
No, definitely. Don't forget, you gotta tell him how many years that man was playing baseball, man. Because he just didn't play like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah. Fun fact: your man Satchel Paige didn't want to go home. He didn't want to go home. My man played for 50 years. 50 years, 50 cent, 50 years. That man played. He didn't want to hang up the cleats. He had a dream, man. Ever since he picked up the rock as a little boy, man, he made sure he was like, "Yo, I'm going to play this game until the wheels fall off." And he did exactly that. He didn't want to go home. He kept playing until he got his call. Got his call at 42 and kept playing for 6 more seasons after that. So the man balled. He loved the game of baseball. And I would love to see the game of baseball get rejuvenated in all across this country and all across this world, man. I definitely want to see more black and brown kids playing baseball, man. It's an amazing teacher. It's an amazing experience, and it's just super dope to play, man. Especially when you find your position, man. You can really get out there and get after it, man. It's a dope competition, man. So, salute to Satchel Paige. Salute to all the young up and coming baseball players all across the world, man. We salute you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm about to just get into my what the fuck moment of the week. My what the fuck moment of the week is obviously, like I said, Deshaun Watson, being handcuffed in Houston, while JJ Watt gets to walk freely and just go into, as a free agent. As a free agent, oh, this team is calling me. Oh, this team is calling me. Oh,
Right.
while and my guy is just, still stuck in Houston, like free me. Like free me, free
Free
Deshaun
Deshaun.
Watson. You know what I mean? Free Deshaun Watson. I mean, I get it. You sign these contracts, but the organization is also, their job is to put good quality players around you. But when you trade away D-Hop, when you for a running back that I don't even think he played this season, like you trade away a Hall of Famer for what? For a 2 or 3? Was it a 3? I don't even
Second
care.
round pick. It was disrespectful.
I don't even care. You don't trade away a future Hall of Famer in the wide receiver position, and you leave your quarterback just assed out with nobody. But it's just crazy how.
And he had an MVP season.
He had an MVP. I think he threw over 4,000 yards this season.
He balled out.
With receivers that people may not even know.
Balled out. He balled out.
It's crazy, man. But that's my what the fuck moment, man. Free Watson, man. Free Watson, man. We're gonna write kites to him. We're gonna make sure that he holds his head. They're gonna let you out soon, bro. They're gonna let you out soon, man.
Put some money on his books.
Put some money on his books, man. So what you got for the people this week, D, with your motivational?
Oh man. This week, man, we're gonna go with don't give up. Don't give up. I think a lot of these guys that we talked about, the Deshaun Watsons, the Russell Wilsons, the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, these guys have greatness, and it's showing. Like, there's a sense of urgency. Have a sense of urgency in what you're doing. If you believe that you can be great, act it out, like, every day. Do the little things. It's about the details, man. Like, really, and just don't give up and communicate your greatness to others, even if they don't believe it. Like, right. I know everyone talks about manifesting, everything. If you believe in that, just communicate that, talk it all the time, make it your energy, make it your culture. It doesn't have to be everyone's culture. It can be just yours and whoever's believing in you. So stand on that, put the work in, I mean, don't seek validation from anyone. Just keep grinding, do your details, write out your plans, and see where it goes. I mean, it might not blossom today, it might not blossom tomorrow, but a year from now, 2-3 years from now, your career may just, pop off, man. So keep your head down and grind, and don't give up.
Yeah, that's super dope, super dope. My motivational for this week is failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. So just stay determined, man. Stay, like D said, head down and just continue to grind, man. I mean, because you're gonna go through adversity, your lumps and all that stuff during your journey. I mean, because you're supposed to go through, those ups and downs, because once you get to the end of the tunnel, you're gonna, cherish that win. You know what I mean? But to continue to stay motivated, continue to surround yourself with, positive energy, and just continue to grind, man. Just continue to grind, man.
Let's get
it.
It
was a dope episode, man. We're grinding, bro. We are grinding, bro.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
this is the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Again, this is the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Go follow us on IG, the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast on IG, Talk Your Ish Sports Podcast on Facebook. Holler at us in the DMs, comments, whatever. Hashtag us, Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast. Really just get on this movement. Really ride the wave. We are here. We are, all sports content, all sports conversations, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to argue about, come holler at me. I got my stats ready to go. I'm ganged up. I'm ready to rock with it. Whatever you got, come get it. Come get some smoke. But yeah, just lock in with us, man. We're growing. We got some amazing guests that we've had on the show. We got many more amazing guests that are coming up on the show. Please stay tuned. The next week's episode is going to be a big one. But stay lit. We got something for you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Talk Your Shit Sports Podcast YouTube channel, and it's lit. And we up, man. You guys have a good week. We love y'all. Peace.
Yeah,